Drones have captured some of the most terrifying and unexplained moments in history. But what happens when they record something that was never meant to be seen? From mysterious creatures lurking in forests to horrifying encounters in abandoned places, these creepy drone videos will chill you to the core. Now please subscribe. Your one subscribe can fuel my passion, keep my dream alive, and you can also receive a great reward for it. I'll put in my full effort to bring you the rarest and most valuable knowledge, things no one else is talking about. That way, your time is never wasted, and subscribing will always be worth it. Number 10. The creature that wasn't supposed to exist. Bigfoot sighting, Utah, USA. A drone enthusiast was casually flying his drone over a remote snowy forest in Utah when he captured something that sent shivers down his spine. At first, it looked like a shadow moving between the trees, but as the drone got closer, the figure stood up. And it was huge. 7 feet tall, broad shoulders, thick fur. It was running through the snow at an unnatural speed as if it knew it was being watched. Suddenly it stopped and looked straight up at the drone. That's when everything went wrong. The drone's feed glitched for a few seconds, and when it came back, the creature was gone, vanishing into thin air. Experts still argue whether this was real footage of Bigfoot or something even more sinister. But if you think this was creepy, wait till you see number 9. The moment a drone captured something moving deep inside an abandoned hospital. Number 9. The shadow in the abandoned hospital. Creepy figure in Japan. A group of urban explorers decided to fly a drone inside an abandoned hospital in Japan. The place had been shut down for decades, and locals warned them not to go near it. But curiosity got the better of them. As the drone moved through the dark, decayed hallways, it suddenly caught movement at the end of a corridor. At first, it looked like a shadow, but then it moved. A tall, thin figure stepped into the hallway, wearing a white hospital gown. But here's the terrifying part. It had no face. The drone operator panicked and tried to turn the drone around, but the camera glitched, distorting the image. When it cleared up, the figure was standing right beneath the drone, looking up. The drone suddenly lost control and crashed. When the explorers ran to retrieve it, the figure was gone. But if this haunted hospital terrified you, just wait till you see number 8, a real-life sea monster caught on camera. Wait, please. Pay attention. Knowledge is power, and I'm giving it all to you. Now you really should subscribe. And yes, you must watch the full video too, please. Let's resume. Number 8, the giant creature. Beneath the ice, frozen horror in Antarctica. Drones have explored some of the most remote and unexplored parts of the world, but sometimes they capture things that should never be seen. A research team was flying a drone over a frozen lake in Antarctica when they spotted something gigantic moving under the ice. At first, they thought it was just a large fish or a seal, but as they zoomed in, it was something much bigger. The drone's thermal camera picked up a massive, elongated shape, over 30 feet long. It moved slowly beneath the ice, leaving behind cracks as if it was trying to break through. Then, it stopped moving completely. The drone hovered for a few moments, and that's when it happened. A single, massive eye appeared beneath the ice, staring directly at the camera. The researchers immediately pulled the drone back, fearing whatever was under the ice might surface. To this day, no one knows what they saw, but scientists suspect it could be a giant, undiscovered predator lurking beneath Antarctica. But if you think this is terrifying, number 7 is even worse, because it involves a drone capturing a human disappearing into thin air. Number 7. The man who vanished into thin air. Mexico desert. Mystery. A drone was surveying a remote desert in Mexico when it spotted a man walking alone in the sand. There were no roads, no houses, and no signs of civilization nearby. So what was he doing there? As the drone got closer, the man suddenly stopped walking. He turned to face the drone and simply stood there. Then in a blink of an eye, he disappeared. Not behind a rock, not into a hole. He was just gone. The drone operator rewound the footage multiple times trying to figure out if he had missed something. But no, the man simply vanished. Some believe this was a glitch in reality. Others think it was proof of a supernatural entity roaming the desert. But one thing is certain, that man was never seen again. And if this gave you chills, number 6 is even more horrifying. It's footage of something that should not be alive. Number 6. The scarecrow that moved on its own. Haunted Field, UK. A drone was capturing aerial shots of an old, abandoned farm in the UK when it spotted a scarecrow standing in an empty field. At first, it looked completely normal. Worn-out clothes, straw hands, a weathered hat. But when the drone moved closer, something chilling happened. The scarecrow's head slowly turned toward the camera. The drone operator thought it was just the wind, until he realized there was no wind at all. Suddenly, the scarecrow's arms twitched, and it took a step forward. The drone's feed cut out immediately. When the operator checked the footage later, the last frame showed the scarecrow no longer in its original position. Local legends say that this farm was once owned by a man who practiced dark rituals, and his soul was trapped inside the scarecrow. But if this paranormal footage shook you, just wait until you see number 5, where a drone captured what looked like an actual demon in a remote cave. If you've learned something new while watching this video, please take a moment to subscribe. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Your one subscribe can fuel my passion and keep my dream alive. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It means a lot to me. And please, watch the video till the end, it really matters to me. Number 5. The Demon in the Cave. Terrifying encounter in Brazil. Deep in the rainforests of Brazil, there's a mysterious cave that locals refuse to go near. They say those who enter never return. One daring explorer sent his drone inside the cave, hoping to prove the legends were just myths. Big mistake. As the drone moved deeper, the walls were covered in strange symbols, and the temperature suddenly dropped on the drone's sensors. And then, the shadow appeared. At first, it looked like a trick of the light, but then it started crawling on all fours toward the drone at an unnatural speed. Its elongated limbs, hollow eyes, and twisted grin sent shivers down the operator's spine. And just as the drone tried to escape, the shadowy figure reached up and grabbed the camera. The screen went black. The drone was never recovered. And the explorer? He refused to talk about what he saw. But if you think this was horrifying, just wait till you see number 4, where a drone captured something that should never have been found. Number 4. The Frozen Faces Beneath the Lake. Mysterious ice grave in Russia. A drone was filming a frozen lake in Russia, capturing breathtaking aerial views. But what it found was far from beautiful. As the drone's camera zoomed into a section of the ice, something terrifying appeared. Human faces, trapped beneath the frozen surface. They weren't distorted or blurry. They were perfectly preserved, their mouths twisted in silent screams. The operator immediately alerted authorities, but when divers went to investigate, there was nothing there. No bodies. No signs of anyone ever being under the ice. Only the drone footage remained, showing what should have been impossible. Was it a trick of the ice? Or had the drone captured souls forever frozen in time? But if you think this was chilling, number 3 will make your skin crawl, because it involves a drone capturing something moving under the sand. Number 3. The Moving Sand. Mystery in the Sahara Desert. In the vast emptiness of the Sahara Desert, a drone was scanning the dunes for ancient artifacts. But instead, it found something horrifying. The sand started shifting, as if something massive was crawling just beneath the surface. At first, it moved slowly, but as the drone hovered closer, the movement became more violent, forming massive trails across the desert. Then suddenly, the sand exploded. A gigantic shadow emerged for a split second, something with long, snake-like movements and massive ridges along its back. And then, it was gone. Scientists later reviewed the footage and couldn't explain it. Was it a giant undiscovered creature? Or something even more terrifying hiding beneath the earth? But if this was shocking, number 2 will leave you speechless. Because it involves a drone capturing a horrifying moment inside an abandoned amusement park. Number 2. The Ghostly Swing. Eerie footage from Japan's abandoned park. An amusement park in Japan was shut down years ago after a series of mysterious deaths. A drone operator decided to explore the area, flying through the rusting rides and broken attractions. Everything was silent. But then, the drone captured something chilling. A single swing, moving on its own. There was no wind, no one nearby. The drone hovered closer, and that's when it happened. A figure appeared on the swing. At first, it looked like a child. But as the camera zoomed in, its face was hollow. The operator freaked out and turned the drone away, but the moment he did, the swing stopped moving completely. When he checked the footage later, the figure was gone. But the swing continued moving on its own. Some say the park is haunted by the spirits of those who died there. But nothing compares to number one, because this final drone capture is so disturbing, it was almost erased from the internet. Number one, the unknown entity, terrifying discovery in the forest. In a dense forest in Canada, a drone was filming wildlife when it captured something truly terrifying. At first, everything seemed normal, birds flying, trees swaying. But then, the camera caught movement between the trees. Something was watching. A dark, humanoid figure stood just beyond the tree line, staring directly at the drone. But here's the horrifying part. It had no features, no face, no eyes, no mouth, just a smooth black void. And then, it moved. Not walking, gliding. The drone's feed started distorting. The closer it got, the more the signal broke apart. And then, the screen cut to static. When the operator retrieved the drone, the footage was corrupted, but one frame remained intact. A single image of the faceless entity standing right beneath the drone, reaching up. To this day, no one knows what it was. But experts say, this might have been the closest proof we've ever had of something not human. These were the top 10 creepiest drone captures of all time. But now, I want to hear from you. Which one gave you the biggest chills? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love creepy, mind-blowing content, then don't forget to subscribe. Because hitting your subscribe button can give me new motivation to work harder and succeed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next terrifying video.